What's going on, Arizona sports fan family? We got 70 people in here right now, ladies and gentlemen. 70 people here right now to try to talk everything Arizona Cardinals. I just went ahead and released a post-game reaction. I know I said I was going to do this, coming out, but I needed somewhere where I was going to be able to vent. And I know I can vent in front of you guys. I know you guys ride with me. But I needed somewhere to vent. And that's what I used my post game reaction for, that I just ended up posting for. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where we're at right now as Cardinal fans. I'm curious to figure out how you guys are feeling. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals, all we know is the Cardinals are now 4-9. That we know for sure. The Cardinals are a 4-9 team, and they deserve every bit of being a 4-9 team. Oh boy, do they deserve of being every bit of being that 4-9 team. I am literally shaking in how pissed off I am. If you guys know, or if you guys were in my live stream, my watch party, thank you so very much. I truly do appreciate you guys taking the time to come on my watch party and just hang out. I truly do. Thank you. My beef is not with losing. I knew wholeheartedly that the Arizona Cardinals might have an opportunity or might lose this game, right? The Cardinals aren't a good team. We know this. I knew deep down that we could have possibly lost this game. But boy, did I not expect to look stupid again on prime time. But I didn't expect to look like an absolute disaster in prime time again. That's what I didn't expect. And what did we get? The Arizona Cardinals lose to the Patriots 27-13. We dropped to 4-9 on the season, and the Patriots are now 7-6 on the season. This is unacceptable, ladies and gentlemen. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Not that we lost the way we lost. And this is not because we lost Kyler. Prayers to Kyler. Prayer up to Kyler Murray. It doesn't look good. I'm just going to sit here right now and say, boy, it doesn't look good for Kyler Murray. It really doesn't. Prayers up to the young man. Truly. But I didn't expect to come out here and get absolutely obliterated. The Arizona Cardinals did very decent, right, in the first half. We're holding hope. In my watch party, quote me if you can, of the people that were in the watch party, I said coming into the half, I feel like the Patriots have the momentum. Anybody that was in the watch party, either you can confirm or deny that I felt with my cold hearted coming into the half, and I said to myself, I feel like the Patriots have the momentum. Why? Because Cliff didn't go for the field goal. Cliff didn't go for the field goal. Went for the fourth down. We dropped, what, 3 or 4 fourth downs that we couldn't get converted. Yes, Matt Prater missed the 50-yarder. Yes, we're aware of that. But boy, do we not have faith in our kicker. Boy, do we not have faith in our kicker. I'm going to be getting to these super chats here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everybody that's super chatting. Thank you so very much. I'm going to be reading these up pretty soon. Let me just get through my rant. We're a 4-9 team right now. A 4-9 team. Cliff is talking right now in the press conference. I'm only guessing and I'm only speculating that he's going to say this. You got to give credit to where credit is due. They played very hard out there. You know what I saw? I saw an Arizona Cardinal team that almost seemed to kind of give up. That's what I saw. I saw an Arizona Cardinal team that seemed to almost kind of give up. We weren't playing with heart. Not in my eyes. At least in that fourth quarter. We weren't there. Colt McCoy, bless his heart. Bless Colt McCoy's heart because he went out there and tried to do everything he possibly can. But we know, Colt McCoy isn't a quarterback one. He's a prime quarterback, backup quarterback, and that's what he is. That's exactly what he is. Kudos to him. Prayers up to Kyler Murray. Nothing went our way today. Nothing went our way. And I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with not the losing. I mean, I felt like we possibly could lose this game, but I'm not happy with the way we lost. That's what I'm not happy with. Let's get to the super chats here real quick. We got AZ fan 1998. He says, fire Cliff and fire Kime. This is ridiculous. How much more do we got to freaking suffer? Heads need to roll tomorrow. Ridiculous. You're not alone feeling this way. You're not alone. And I am going to be opening up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be opening up the phone lines, and I want to hear from what you guys have to say. Let's get to Sports SP. He says, sit Kyler out the rest of the season. I mean, Kyler's hurt. I don't think this is even for debate right now. But let's continue with the super chat. Appreciate it. He says, sit Kyler out the rest of the season. You paid him a ton of money, and he's the future. Serious changes must be made in AZ to change the culture. I do agree with this. Now, Kyler Murray, I don't think, truthfully, Kyler Murray would accept for him to be sat down. I don't think he would accept it. Now, I don't think it's his choice right now. The moment I saw Kyler Murray go down, I said to myself, that doesn't look good. Non-contact is never a good thing. Ever a good thing. Ever. I don't think it looks good for Kyler Murray. I truly don't. Joshua, appreciate the super chat. I don't see a comment attached to it, but I will do my best to see if I can find your comment there. If I don't, thank you so very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's get with Sam here. Sam says, why is K1 playing in a game that didn't matter this season? Can someone explain why he was playing? I don't think, well, let's put it this way, Sam. Imagine the narrative if K1 didn't play, right? Imagine it. There's already people out there saying Kyler Murray isn't our future. There's already people out there saying Colt McCoy season, right? Colt McCoy is going to lead us to multiple wins. There's people out there. So regardless of what Kyler Murray says, that he doesn't listen to the outside noise, I think that there's somewhere deep down in the subconsciousness of these players that they know what we're saying. They absolutely know what we're saying. They know we're pissed off. We're a franchise that has done nothing. And I tell you, we have done nothing. We were an 11-win team. Big whip. Big whoop. That's as much as we'll accomplish with Cliff and Steve Keim. That's as much as we're going to accomplish, ladies and gentlemen. We're an 11-win team. Big whoop. We got destroyed in the playoffs. Big freaking whoop. This team, to me, I don't feel like heart was there. I truly don't. I truly don't feel like the heart was fully there. The moment Kyler Murray went down, I know that was a gut punch. To me, too. Trust me when I say this. I was doing a watch party, and the moment I saw Kyler Murray went down, my mood changed. Next man up. That's just what it is, right? Next man up. Colt did everything he possibly could. Bless Colt's heart. Bless Colt's heart. He did everything he possibly can. Colt McCoy was 27-40, 246 yards, 1 interception. He even ran the ball for Pete's sake. 5 carries, 24 yards. James Conner had a hell of a game, in my opinion. 15 carries, 85 yards, 1 touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 7 receptions, 79 yards. But this man fumbled the football on a very pivotal momentum swing. Marquise Hollywood Brown was 4 out of 34, and he dropped a big crucial fourth down. Robbie Anderson was 4 receptions, 50 yards. We finally saw Robbie Anderson, right? We finally saw who's Robbie Anderson? Oh, there he is. Finally saw him. He did good. Kudos. Pats on back. Wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. Appreciate the super chat, Juliana. Julian Aaron. I'm sorry. Julian Aaron. Thank you so very much. Let's get to Alex's super chat. He says this, bruh, not going to lie. I almost cried when Murray got hurt. Why do I care for this team so much for this damn football? It's the same reason why I do. It's the exact same reason why I do. I care too much about this football team when truthfully, if things don't change, how do we have any sense of excitement going into next year? How? Who's excited for next year? 2023? Who's excited for that? Nah. There's no excitement here for 2023 if we're trying to roll back with Cliff Kingsbury and Steve Keim. No. Absolutely not okay. Cliff was hired to be Sean McVay. Now, what a joke. Facts. You are right. You are right. This is why Cliff was brought here. This is exactly why Cliff Kingsbury was brought here, because we are a copycat league. That's exactly why he was brought here. Ain't working. Ain't working. Something's going to happen. I feel it. And I know I've been saying this for a long time, that I've been feeling it, right? I think something might happen this time. Think something might happen this time. Right now, the Arizona Cardinals are a 4-9 team. 4-9 team. Wow. 4-9. Disgusting. Disgusting. Let's get to Seth. It says, this game was the disposal. That's why Kyler Murray went down. There was a bummed also lack of ability. Let's get to MGO's super chat. Season is a nightmare. Hope K1 bounces back, but honestly, the injury didn't look good. Offense looked dead. Yeah, honestly, the only thing that I would give, right, like I guess like kudos, right, pats on back, would be James Conner. I mean, James Conner got busy. I like James Conner. He helped me win my fantasy league. I'll take that. DeAndre Hopkins had a crucial drop. And I mean a crucial drop. Fumble. I'm sorry. Fumble. Marquise Hollywood Brown had a crucial drop. Brown had a crucial drop. DeAndre Hopkins had a crucial fumble. And you can't have stuff like that with your stars. You can't. So many people try to tell me. Mike, watch out when was it Hollywood and D-Hop come back. You will see, Mike. You will see this offense flourish. I'm not saying anything. Not seeing anything that excites me. I'm not. Have we ever gone past 300 yards passing this season so far? I don't know if we have. I truly don't know if we have. Let's get to Jose. New owners needed. Bidwell okay with scraps. Is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. It's what we're dealing with. It's tough out here. It's tough. It's tough. We got the 6th round pick still. I don't think we have anything lower than that. I think we're still the 6th overall pick right now. I think we're still the 6th overall pick right now. We'll see what happens. Let's keep with the super chats. I am going to open up the phone lines a little later on, FYI. AZ Sports Girl says K1 went down and it felt like my heart just dropped. Facts. 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 This is a terrible season, ladies and gentlemen. Next year, what's the excitement level for any Arizona Cardinal fan, right? Cliff's coming back. Cliff's coming back. This is bad, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm getting some text messages for some friends. People are trying to check up on me right now. Appreciate you. You'll bless everybody's heart. Thank you so very much for coming through and being here. I know it's not the best of times to be a Cardinal fan. Give me a thing to be happy about, and that's firing Keim, and I'll be happy. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking for right now. Fire Keim. Give something for us to be excited about. Fire Keim. Do it. Cards House, appreciate the super chat. So Cliff Kingsbury is making Ken Wisenhunt look like Don Shula with poor coaching. It is not just that. It's the inability to make the right call at the right time. That's what I feel like. It's the inability to make the right call at the right time. Like, that's coaching. Like, that's what you got to do for a coach. This is a tough season. Absolutely brutal. Keep the super chats coming, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get through them. Next winning season could be 2027 or 20 or 2028. Is that because the contracts are going to be expired? Honestly, I don't see Cliff or Keim writing their contracts. I don't see them writing it. I truly don't. I truly don't see them writing out the entirety of their contracts. I truly don't. At this point, let's just fire Cliff Kingsbury. Honestly, he might get the axe. He just might. Brandon, Trey McBride played like garbage. I think this is the best game Trey McBride had, right? This is the best game. This is the best game Trey McBride has had. 3 receptions, 28 yards. This is the best game Trey McBride has had. Right here. 3 receptions, 28 yards. Oh, nobody's giving up on Trey. No. I'm not saying give up on him. That's the last thing I'm saying. I'm just saying this is the best game he's had. Robbie looked good. Oh, yeah, Robbie looked good. Robbie Anderson had more catches than Marquise Hollywood Brown. More yards. Not catches, I'm sorry. They both had 4 receptions, but Robbie Anderson had a really, really good one-handed catch. That was amazing. 50 yards to Marquise Hollywood Brown's 34 yards. I don't think Trey McBride played like garbage. This is his best game. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate the super chat. I just think that, like, he ain't as polished is what we were led to believe. Let's just put it that way. That's a nice way of putting it. He's not as polished as what we were led to believe that he was, right? He's not. He's not that polished. Let's get to Alex. Alex says, if we start firing people, letting staff members go, then the athletic trainers need to go too. I'm tired of seeing this team suffer so many injuries year in and year out. Honestly, I think it's going to be an overhaul. Honestly, this might be an overhaul. And if what we fear, if Kyler Murray is out, like with a really bad injury, y'all, if Kyler Murray's out with a bad injury, let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Is he going to be available in the beginning of next season? Is he going to be available next season? In the beginning? This might be bigger than we all think, ladies and gentlemen. I think if it does happen, it's going to be an overhaul. It's going to be an absolute overhaul. I'm not sure if everybody down to the nooks and crannies gets fired for this, but I think it's going to happen. We're a 4-9 team. We're a 4-9 team. This ain't okay. This absolutely ain't okay. I think you guys heard everything that you possibly could from me. You guys know. You guys know where I stand. I'm not happy with the loss. I truly am not. But I'm even more pissed off with the way we lost. That's it. I'm more pissed off with the way we lost. Not that we lost, but the way we lost. Cardinals look like the Lions. The Lions look better than the Cardinals. The Lions have, what, 5 to 6 wins? The Lions look better than the Cardinals. The Cardinals could possibly be the worst team in the NFL. I know a lot of people will say that Houston's going to be the worst. The Cardinals are up there. They might have a three-way tie with Houston and Denver. And we're going to have a crapshoot next week, Denver versus the Cardinals. Who's going to be the worst? The Lions, for Pete's sake, has more wins than the Cardinals. It's bad. It's bad. There's no coming back from this. Any person that try to be as positive as they possibly can, no. Right now, we're sitting with the 6th overall spot in the 2023 NFL draft. And if we have time, watch out. Here's the next linebacker. Watch out. Here's a player we're not going to see for a year. I don't want to be right. But y'all, when I'm right, I'm right. I was really nervous about this. I truly was. I saw this coming. I did. Believe me or not, that's fine. I saw this coming. I absolutely did. My goodness, my mic is not even connected, ladies and gentlemen. That's how pissed off I am. My mic's not even connected. What the hell? Y'all over here? Can you hear me? My mic wasn't even connected. At least the good mic. All right, let's get this back up. My mic should be better now. You should hear me more crystal clear. Something's happened. I'm going to keep refreshing Twitter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep refreshing Twitter until tomorrow. Because boy, did we look not very ready. And another thing is, we lost at home. We lost at home. Do you think, honestly, I don't know what the future of Kyler Murray is going to be. To be honest with you, boys and gals, I don't know what the future of Kyler Murray is going to be. I truly don't. I truly don't. Let's do this. You've heard from me. Wasted years. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I blame this on all the fans that said we are an 11-win team. Mike, don't be pissed. We're an 11-win team. We had progression, Mike. Don't be pissed. I blame those fans. And if you're that fan, cool, no worries. I blame those fans. Because the lack of accountability that we provided to this Arizona Cardinal organization was moot. When I was yelling, when I was preaching, nobody was there for me. Nobody was there to back me up. I would have screamed on top of a mountain if I could to get this man out of here. This ain't right. This ain't right. I'm going to put the link right here. I'm going to go ahead and put the link right here. And I want to hear from what you guys have to say. Bird Gang, out there. Bird Gang. Putting the link right now for you guys in the description. You have heard from what I have to say. You heard me. What's the point of keep beating a dead horse, right? It's like the way I like to think of it. Why keep beating a dead horse? I'm putting a link here. Smack the like button if you guys haven't done so already. Smack it up. Continue to super chat if you can. If not, no worries. But we're gonna keep doing that as well, right? We're still gonna keep, reading the super chats as well. But the link has been pinned. All you need to do is click on the link and come through. That's it. That's all you need to do. What's up, Jack? He says K1 is gonna miss the first month of 2023. Disgusting. Bless his heart. Bless his heart, man. It's just, it sucks. It really sucks. It's unfortunate. I don't. Did we get the news confirming? Confirming? Or are we just speculating? Okay, let's do this. Let's get some people in here. Do you guys want to do like a roundtable type of setting where we're all talking amongst each other? Or you just want to do phone calls? Let me know in the chat. Do you want to do a roundtable type of setting where everybody's kind of in? Or do you want to do phone calls? How should we do this? Let's get to my super chat here from Sam. He says, Mike, when are you going to have a garage stuff on this? Right now, hot sell, ladies and gentlemen. We got this black, pristine, non-signed Arizona Cardinal helmet, ladies and gentlemen. $4.99. I'm just kidding. This was expensive, right? I'm probably not going to go there yet. That's a good call up, though. Maybe we might do that. Kyler Murray, here we go. Kyler Murray signed helmet. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. $12.99. Starting the bid right there. That's a good call out there, Sam. We have phone calls. We have roundtable. Okay, we have a lot of people saying roundtable and phone calls. Let's do this. So let's do this. Let's get Arjun in here real quick. Arjun, you're live on the Easy Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling now?
Yo, I'm feeling terrible, man. We all know that.
Yeah.
Man, to think that this has been one of the worst seasons in recent memory, and we're still here in week 14, living through the worst game of the season, is absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this has been the hardest game to watch since 2015 versus the Panthers. I really think so. And up until this point, like the season hasn't been this bad, not because we're a bad team. It's been this bad because we're a good team playing so bad and we're wasting all the talent. I mean, look who's getting old. The whole offensive line. Rodney Hudson's gone next season. And there's Hopkins, who's going to be, 31, approaching 32.
Yep.
Ertz, Watt, Golden's washed. AJ Green's washed. So we're wasting all these old guys. That's why the entire season, up until this point, has been so bad. And then now, we go into this game and Kyler gets hurt. Man, the minute he was on that cart with a towel over his head, I stopped caring about the game. Like, I didn't feel anything when we got that pick, when we got a touchdown. I didn't care because think about it. I mean, he tore his ACL, guys. Let's be real. He tore his ACL.
Yeah.
There's doctors saying it online. You could see the way his tibia was moving. Everything's confirming it. So he tore his ACL. We can see maybe a 9-month heal and he's back week 1. Or we can see something like J.K. Dobbins, and it takes a year and a half, and who knows what we do then? Do we draft a QB? No, we don't draft a QB because there's so many holes in the roster. There's more people getting hurt. We need to bring in young guys, and we know Kyler is the talent that he is, so we can't replace him yet. So we have to ride through, and we have to see what happens. But, man, if he's not ready week 1, what's there to look forward to?
Yeah.
Cliff getting fired, Keim getting fired. But then what? The draft is there, but Kyler's gone. And Kyler, if he doesn't come back the same, that can be even worse. That can mean next 2-3 years down the line, we're screwed. And our contract, the cap isn't something like you can't just say, oh, we're going to trade him and great, that's it, move on, get a new guy. First of all, it's not very easy to get a guy to replace, what Kyler can do at his peak. And second of all, we paid him some of the most money in the NFL. You can't just drop that guy and expect the cap to be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm praying for him. He's my favorite player by far, and I was just completely heartbroken when he went down with the injury. I hope he's fine, but, this season's a wrap. We all knew that. I hope that doesn't mean next season's a wrap, and I hope something good happens with the coaching staff, the draft, and then obviously Kyler and the rest of the team.
I agree, brother. I appreciate you, man. If you can stay through, cool, no worries, man. But if you can't, no worries. Have a great rest of your day, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Okay, let's keep it going here. Let's see here. Let me get to the super chat. We got Anish saying fantastic work, Mikey. At least we have a fantasy. Yes, we do got starting soon. Yes, we are playing fantasy football. And yes, I hopefully I'm going to be making it in pretty soon. Okay, let's continue to go. Let's get Cardinals fan up in here right now, and we're going to be doing kind of like a roundtable setting. So, Cardinals fan, what's up, brother man? Talk to me. How you feeling?
Deflated.
Yeah.
I went into this game thinking, you know what? It's the second game with Hopkins and Brown. Maybe we can get something going this game. In the third play of the game, first of all, I want to say hope he has a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
I've been critical on Kyler, but that's just because I love the guy. If I'm not critical on you, I don't really think you're the future of the franchise.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a fan because I was like, okay, let's win this game for Kyler now. Let's win it for him. And there was no energy. Like after that interception, the energy just left.
Yeah.
We're 4-9. This is worse than 2018 when we had the first pick.
I honestly agree, brother. I agree. And I think Arjun made a really good point. It's because we have a good roster.
Yeah. We're gonna have we might have the sixth pick in the draft, and if that's the case, if Keim's doing the draft, is he what's he going to draft? Is he going to draft a linebacker again? Last year we could have drafted Lindenbaum. We traded it for Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have had a center, but we're and another thing. It's like the same mental mistakes keep killing us every freaking game. And we have like 8 penalties today, and like 5 or 6 of them are on offense. Yeah. Cole McCoy did everything he can today. I give him a lot of credit for going out there and just fighting behind that horrid offensive line. Our defense did okay but when you're on the field that long, man, you're going to get worn out eventually.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what we're landing in right now, right? Where I knew the moment we came into the second half when we didn't go for those 3 points, bro, that was such a deflator.
You look at it. We got the 1 interception. They got the 2 turnovers. They outscored us in those. And the turnover wise, they outscored us 14-3. They got the fumble. I don't know why. First of all, I don't know why Diab was holding the ball out that wide open, where they can just knock it out. Then the Colt interception. It looked like he was whacked when the ball came out, and it just turned into a floater. Right. But I'm like, then the defense. Okay, the thing I noticed this year with the defense, whenever if a interception or a fumble gets called back, they get deflated and then they give up a touchdown on that same drive. Yep. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm pissed, they took it away from us, let's go out there and get another one. No, they let them down the field. It's
laid flat down. Didn't seem like there was very much fight. I mean, honestly, the defense did better than I thought that they would have. But like, you're right. If our offense can't stay on the field, they're gonna get tired. It's what it is.
And if Kyler's out, let's say he tore his ACL, we know that, but I'm hoping it's nothing else. Like if it's just the ACL, he could be back by the start of the season, the first couple of weeks. But if he tore a couple ligaments, that might. And we've seen this before with mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
When they like RG3, when they tear that ACL, they're not the same. They're not the same quarterbacks. I'm not saying he won't be, but we've seen it in the past, and we just pay this guy a lot of money, and it sucks because I've told myself, you know, he can be the franchise. But we got to get a guy that can coach him up. And now, what if we do fire Cliff? What does a coach look at? A quarterback that has an injury. We don't know if he's going to be back next year.
Yeah.
If Keim's still there, I mean, if you let's say Sean Payton, is Sean Payton going to get full front office? Is he going to get full demands of the front office, or are they going to keep Steve Keim?
With the latest report I ended up hearing from Sean Payton, honestly, it's feeling very unlikely that Sean Payton's going to come. I think if he does come back in 2023, it'll probably be the Saints. If not them, maybe an LA team is what he's aiming for.
So probably the Chargers with Herbert. Yeah. That's I figured. I mean, it's the way our front office has been ran. They ran Bruce Arians out of town, and that's been our best coach, and that's probably our best coach we've ever had in the franchise.
Yeah, I agree, brother. I agree.
But I don't know. We've got to be. We're 4-9. We have 5. We have 4 games left. We're playing the Broncos next week. They might not have Russell Wilson, but still, I mean,
that might be better for them,
right? Then we have Tom Brady coming to town, and they're a mess, but we're more of a mess. So it's we can honestly win 2 more games this season at the latest. I hate being negative, but it's just the way the season's gone.
No, I don't think it's negative at all. I think it's very, realistic. But I appreciate it. I'm going to let you go, man. I'm going to keep the other people coming through. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man.
All right, let's get AZ Sports Girl. You are live. Appreciate you for coming on. How are you feeling about the Cardinals?
Yo, I'm just depressed. Seeing Kyler Murray just tear his ACL like that, it felt like somebody stuck me in the heart with a freaking dagger. That just hurt. And Matt Prater missing a field goal, I'm not surprised about that. And Robbie Anderson was great in this game. He was finally here. On like I said this morning, he's just been MIA, but then seeing him in the game was awesome. James Conner was good. Greg Dortch was good. I'm still questioning Cliff's play calling in the second. That's just horrible. And then I got excited when you said during the watch party that that Bidwell was sitting by himself and Kime wasn't with him. That made me excited. I wonder what he was doing. But I don't know.
Yeah, I saw some people saying that he might have been sick. I don't know. Somebody said that he might have been, eating a burrito somewhere. Who knows, right? In a bar. The jokes are out there. I'm not sure 100%, but I know for sure with my own eyes, the person that was sitting next to him was a woman and not Steve Kime. Steve Kime doesn't have hair, so I know.
Oh, just seeing Bidwell just sit there by himself was hilarious. Yeah. And then Hollywood with the ball in the third. What was that? I punched a hole in the wall. That just was upsetting. Trey McBride finally looked good. We've just been plagued. We got plagued by injuries, drop ball, fumble. This game just hurt as a Cardinals fan. I'm just upset. I have no words. I'm speechless.
I hear you. I appreciate you, AZ Sports Girl. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's contagious, right? When one person messes up, I just feel like it kind of resonates with the rest of the team. It's just what happens. It's almost like when we get one injury down for the Arizona Cardinals, we all crumble, right? We all kind of fall apart like a domino effect. It's kind of been the mantra of the Arizona Cardinals thus far. So let's keep it going. 23K5, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling?
Frustrating. Worse than the Niners game.
That's fair. Okay.
I had I was seeing the stadium. I didn't see a lot of empty seats, but was there a lot of empty seats, or was there just minor? I did not see it.
A lot of empty seats. Well, let me play this for you real quick. I had a subscriber going to the game. So this was 10 minutes before the game started. So this is the video he sent me. I'm not going to play the entire video because obviously copyright reasons, but if you see that little section right there, he pans over and it's almost kind of the same with that as well. So yeah, there was a lot. Now, granted, that's 10 minutes before the game, so it did fill in. The bottom row filled in, but in the upper deck, that's where you notice it. When you're sitting from the very top, where my season tickets are, that's where you notice that there's a lot of empty seats.
Yeah, which we just need Arizona Cardinal fans to not come to the stadiums, and we just we give Michael Bidwell's attention, and then he can make a decision. So we need to do that.
Honestly, if this game didn't show Michael Bidwell, then I don't know what to tell Michael Bidwell at this very moment, because this was a primetime game and no Cardinal, at least that were subscribed, nobody seemed interested in this game at all. But brother, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to keep the phone lines going. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
YouTube.
All right, let's get Seth Carpenter. Seth, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, brother. How you feeling?
Oh my, this season was just a disaster. I'm not happy right now.
Yeah.
And most likely, ineptitude, that's the lack of ability. It ended, man. Oh my. I was like, it's time to fire Cliff. We'll get him out of here.
Yeah, I mean, what is there left, right? As a Cardinal fan, as a Cardinal organization, what's there left at this very moment? What are they fighting for? I mean, I don't know. Do you think something's going to happen? Be honest.
Yes, it's gonna happen. If we do get Sean Payton, kudos. We need to draft better. We gotta let Kine go. We gotta get our players in shape. But Kyler Murray, he's my guy. But I felt bad he went down, but
Yeah.
it stabbed my heart. I cried, man. It was just, oh my, it's just sad.
Not alone, man. My heart dropped for sure for Kyler Murray. It definitely sucks to see him go down like that. But I'll let you go, brother. Have a great rest of your day, man. Have a good
Hey, you
night.
too, bye.
All right, let's get Eric in here. Eric, you're live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, brother. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How you doing tonight?
Good, man. How you doing?
Oh, boy.
Let it out. Let me know how you feeling.
Well, I'm actually more or less a Seahawks fan, but I definitely, I feel bad for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a long year.
Yeah, long year, long off season for us as well. We got 4 games left. How do you feel about the Cardinals or Cliff Kingsbury? Like, what are your thoughts as a Seahawk fan?
I think, actually, I think the Cliff's on his way up the door, and about the Cardinals, I feel like Kyler, if the new coach gives Kyler enough time, he might be okay.
I know you're a Seahawk fan. The Keim has been in this office for 10 years, so I think that's a lot of time for a GM.
No,
But
no, Kyler.
oh,
Quarterback.
Kyler. Oh, gotcha. Oh, gotcha. I thought you said Keim. My bad. Okay.
No.
All right, that's fair. Any last thoughts before I let you go?
No, thank you, buddy.
Appreciate you, man. Have a great day. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's get Neil. Neil, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan, and then we got JJ, Chris, Chef Boy, and then Jack. All right, Neil, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan, brother. Talk to me.
Sorry, it's so dark, man.
You're good, dude.
I'm setting the mood right away.
Love it.
That's
Love
why
it.
it's so dark, I guess. You asked a very important question. You said, what left do we have to fight for? And if I'm Michael Bidwell, and I'm not, so maybe this is just me, but I would say everyone should be fighting for their jobs at this point. I texted it in the chat during your play-by-play, which I thought was fun. So good job with that, man.
Appreciate it.
If I'm Michael Bidwell, I would have kept, just from this game alone, I would have kept Zach Allen, Colt McCoy as our backup QB, and maybe Isaiah Simmons. Everyone else, I don't know, man. I'd be sending some letters saying, you got to step it up, dude. I just saw all of our talent. And I agree that we have a lot of talent, but just most of the players on this team today were just not.
Yeah.
They were not doing it, for me at least. Especially like D-Hop holding a ball with one hand. Like, dude, that's so below you. I know that you're good at the one-handed catches, but you know what's going to happen if you don't have that much ball security. So you asked the question. I think everyone should be fighting for their jobs at this point because
like
all
that.
but 3 people.
No, it's facts, bro. I like that. I think you're right. I think we got to look ourselves in the mirror and really kind of come down to who's going to come back in 2023, right? I think players do need to start fighting for their jobs. Now, this isn't just on like, I've been an advocate in saying things like, oh, Keim, Cliff. It's players too, man. Like pivotal things happen in this game, and that's on the players, like D-Hop, right? Holding the ball like that. What's his name? Hollywood Brown, ball goes right through his hands. It's like a lot of things happen, and it just was a frustrating thing to see. But I have noticed as this Arizona Cardinal team throughout this season, the moment that one person does something, it's like monkey see, monkey does. It's like we do kind of the same thing. I don't know. I feel like once one thing happens, it's all domino effect from there on out. And we just have to kind of figure out if is the Cardinal team going to show up or are we just going to lay down? And so far, the Cardinals haven't really been doing very much. But any last thoughts before I let you go?
I think you said it well, man. I mean, when the problem is the coach, you just have to stick together as a team. And I think they're together as a team, but right now it just looks like they're all making mistakes as a team. Like if one person makes a mistake, then it's okay if I do. So, yeah. I mean, people are saying like, oh, it'll just get us a better draft if we tank, but I mean, I don't you can't draft a whole new team with a top 5 pick. So unless a miracle happens of some sort and we get some new leadership, I don't know. I don't think picks are going to matter. So
yeah, I agree. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Yeah, it's been something that's been plaguing this Arizona Cardinal team for years. It's not just the start. It's not just the start. But let's keep it going. JJ, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
Disappointed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. How do you feel about Kyler going down?
No, the thing is, at the start, in the first 3 plays, Kyler Murray already got hurt.
Yeah.
I almost broke my wall. I could not. I started tearing up too.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. I think fans had some sort of hope for this game because if we did win, it would open up a lot of possibilities for the Cardinals. How do you feel about the future? I know you sound pretty young yourself, but how do you feel about, I guess, the future of the Cardinals? Is Cliff the guy for you? Is Keim the guy? How do you feel about that?
Wait, what?
Oh, how do you feel about Keim and Cliff and stuff like that?
Oh, all that I hope is that they get fired one day.
Yeah. Cool.
Because Cliff, I don't know, there's something wrong with that guy.
Well, you got to give credit to people. That's what's wrong with them. I appreciate you, JJ. Thanks for coming on, man. Later. All right, let's get Chris. Chris, you are live on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. Talk to me, brother. How you feeling?
That's fine. At least one of my teams didn't disappoint. I just got out of Moda Center where the Blazers just skinned the Timberwolves alive. It was 133-112. And I don't think the Wolves even led at one point in that game. I'm going to stop right here so I'm not trying to walk and talk at the same time. But, yeah, I remember before the game started, it was 13-7. I watched James Conner. I don't know why I'm saying Josh Conner, but I watched James Conner score that touchdown to put us up 13-7. Then I saw the Patriots field goal to end the half. I went in because there were 5 minutes left till the game started at Moda Center. I come out after the first quarter, 2013 Patriots. I sigh, watch the game for a little bit, and then go back in. I come out after halftime, 27-13 Patriots. And I just sit there sighing at almost every single play, going back and looking to see if I could see the game starting again at Moda Center. And yeah, that was just, and then I heard about Kyler Murray through AZ Sports Girl on here. And I just took face palms, took my hat off and rolled my head in WTF.
Nah.
So yeah.
Best way of doing it, man. Best way of doing it.
Yeah.
Honestly, nothing's looking good.
Yeah, I was a little excited too if we beat the Patriots to say that the Cardinals would be 2-0 with me in Portland during the game. Because I remember we beat the Saints, and I was, during that whole post-game show, I was wandering around the Eastport Plaza Shopping Center in Southeast Portland, just kind of waiting for either my mom to show up so I could go into Walmart or for the call-ins to start so I could do what I'm doing right now. And yeah. And then if we won today, that would have been 2-0 when I'm in Portland and the Cardinals are playing. And so, yeah.
And that happened for us.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. All right, man. As always, have a great rest of
All right, later.
All right, let's get Jack up in here. Jack, you were live on the AZ Sports Fan. And then after Jack, it's going to be Chef Boy, our RB. Jack, what's up, brother, man? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling very disappointed, obviously. I mean, we could all look back on the season. You know, we could blame Cliff. We could blame Kyler Murray, Steve Keim. But in my personal opinion, the one person that we have to blame for this entire season is Michael Bidwill. He's enabled an environment of complacency and zero accountability. And, you know, I don't know what his what his thought process is after this game. You know, and one thing that people need to realize is that coaches and general managers, their salary does not fall under the salary cap. That's all by the owners. So them getting fired is a possibility, and it's not going to hurt the salary cap or anything like that. So, you know, of course, obviously, I know Sean Payton, the possibility of him coming to Arizona is unlikely. But, you know, at this point, you know, I think Michael Bidwill has to, you know, really, you know, look at his team and says, like, are we really going to be set up for success in the future? Because like I said, you know, Kyler Murray, a torn ACL is a 9 to 12 month, you know, healing process. So he is definitely going to miss the first half of next season because in 9 months, it's going to be September. And, you know, best possibility we see him like week 5 or 6 or next year. So, Obviously I think we should probably keep Colt McCoy in there, but at the same time, Michael Bidwell has to, really look like, I mean, is this the team that his father would want to have?
Oh boy, his father is probably worse than him. I'm not gonna lie to you. His father was as mediocre as they come. But I agree with you 100%. I think everything you said was right on the head there, man. It starts with the boss and seeing what happens. I might have paid too much attention to it, but I did notice that Michael Bidwell was not sitting next to Keim this time around. So that was kind of a win. I'm hoping that that's going to be a bright spot. Maybe tomorrow we'll hear some news.
Yeah.
But what do you think is going to happen? Like, you think something will happen?
The minimum, Cliff Kingsbury gets fired. I said this earlier. I super chatted this earlier. I think a few weeks ago that Steve Keim has, like, these guys have been working in the Cardinals organization together for over 30 years. Like, they've been best friends for a long time. And, I find it very hard to believe that Michael Bidwell is going to fire his own, like, one of his best friends. Like, Steve Keim's been working in the front office since 1999. Actually, I don't even think that's actually 30 years, but still, I mean, he did a great job at first. We got Palmer for a 6th round pick, and that really turned the organization around. But ever since then, at this point, Michael Bidwell's got to have like a heart to heart with the people that are close to him. Someone's got to tap his shoulder and be like, look, this is not the direction you want to be in. I mean, look at the 49ers. They had a combined like 13 wins from 2014 or to 2016, and then they hired John Lynch, a player's, former NFL player, and he just turned that organization around from day one.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the 49ers. Okay, they got a 7th round pick, Brock Purdy, who has weapons all around him. You can't sit here and tell me that Debo is a better receiver than Hopkins. You can't sit here and tell me that Ayuk is a better receiver than Marquise Brown.
Yeah.
And we can't play at their level with Colt McCoy, who has more experience than Brock Purdy. And I get it. Christian McCaffrey is a really good running back, and they got George Kittle. But at the end of the day, I mean, look at the 49ers, like, injury after injury, and they still keep winning. But
Still do it.
it's like we have no depth and no, I guess there's just no heart in this football team, I mean,
I agree, brother. I appreciate you, man. I'm going to get a couple people on here. Thank you, man. As always, appreciate you for being here. Later.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right, let's get Chef Boy RB here. Chef Boy RB, you were live on the SC Sports Fan, and then after that, we're going to go to Parnell. Hopefully, I didn't butcher that. All right, what's up, brother? How you feeling?
Hold on, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, so let me ask you a question here. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Kyler Murray did that on purpose?
Oh boy, you're trying to get me canceled, my dude.
I think that was on purpose. I think he's done. I think he was just like, you know what? These first couple plays were kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and just fake my injury so I can be done for the year, and just let it play out. So I can get my coach fired, I can get my GM fired, and we can start brand new. That's my opinion.
I mean, there's something to be said about the way that Kyler Murray was treated, right? I think that's obvious, right? The way that Kyler Murray was treated in this offseason, right? All these big narratives out there and stuff like that. It was led from somebody from the Cardinals. Had to be Steve Keim, had to be Cliff, had to be somebody. I know there's some conspiracy theories out there, but I mean, I don't know. It's really hard.
Yeah, I mean, just watching the game also, and it's just like everybody's like giving up on the team. Like the team is pretty much like giving up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Byron Murphy is like, yeah, I'm done. He's not gonna play. So
Rodney Hudson,
I'm not gonna play. Like who else is injured right now? Like damn it, half the team's injured. Marco Wilson was like, he wouldn't hurt. He just like, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore. Like, so it's just like everyone's like done. It sucks to see everybody's just done being like, oh yeah, it's time to play, and it sucks. Everyone's like kind of done with the team for now until next season. So hopefully, we have all these defensive coaches. The one from Cisco.
Yeah.
Who else is like there's a bunch of coaches. You don't need Sean Payton, you guys. You can get there's more than just Sean Payton out there who you can get, So just to FYI, I say defense is better to get rather than offensive coach because look at Kingsbury, look at Sean McVay this year. They're doing pretty bad this year.
Yeah.
So
I think if we do go that route, we have to get somebody like an offensive coordinator that's going to be able to groom and talk to Kyler. Like, I feel like that would have to be a must, right? An offensive coordinator that's going to be like an absolute pimp, like somebody that's going to be great for Kyler. Just because I feel like Kyler Murray is very particular. I don't think he has respect for Cliff, and that's only going based off what I've seen. I don't think he has respect for Cliff.
Oh, for sure. That's a for sure thing. He needs like a savvy vet to teach him anything. Because right now, Cliff Keenan is a pushover. He's a straight pushover. Everyone talks to him like he's nothing, Mister. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Like, come on, man. That's the same thing you do every damn conference. Come on,
every conference, man. All right, man. Any last thoughts before I let you
go? Yeah, just Kyler Murray will play Call of Duty the rest of his time off.
Appreciate you, brother. Have a great day. All right, let's go to Parnell. You're live on the AZ Sports on YouTube, man. Talk to me. How you feeling?
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Oh, good. Oh, by the way, it's also Sports PSP on the live chat. I just wanted to let you know on that as well. No problem, man. My whole thoughts about the game, particularly with Kyler, it was devastating to watch. I actually thought Kyler was okay, but then once he stayed on the ground and then was carted off, I just knew from that point it was just over. Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury has to go. The previous caller made a great point. Kyler and Cliff don't have the greatest relationship, and you can see that, and we saw that on the Thursday night football game against the Saints. Yeah. I would love to see Sean Payton. That would be my fantasy as him being the head coach because he's somebody that Kyler needs because he's an older guy, an offensive genius, but I don't think he would want to be in Arizona. He seems more of like an LA guy, but Arizona is not that bad. A good place to actually live in. I mean, compared to the taxes and stuff.
True.
But for defense, they should hire the defensive coordinator from the San Francisco 49ers, possibly as a head coach, D'Amico Ryans, because the Cardinals need some help on the defensive side. But Cliff Kingsbury has to go because, as I mentioned in the previous chat, they hired him to be the second coming of Sean McVay. And now that you look at it, it's a joke. And every single year we've seen from Cliff, first year, second year, third year, now this year, he starts off good or well, and then he tails off. And with Kyler's injury, the major concern with Kyler, and I hate to say this, but Shannon Sharp has brought it up all the time. No matter how unique Kyler is as a talent, he is a small man. Imagine how devastating the injury would have been for Kyler had it was contact. But I heard the report that there's little doubt that there's a torn ACL. So all you can do is just hope and pray that he's okay. But sit him out for the rest of the season because from a competitive standpoint, if you put Kyler on a lie detector test, he wants to play. But save him from himself. You got to think about yourself. You got to think about the organization. And you got to think about this young man's future. You gave him $230 million and over $100 million guaranteed. You got to protect your investment.
Facts, man. Yeah. I mean, speaking absolute facts there. How do you let's live in a world where it's worst case scenario, and obviously we don't want that, right? But if that happens, how do we try to sell this year to the fans? Because realistically, he'll probably be gone for most of.
Well, I don't know exactly. I mean, it's going to be tough to convince AZ fans that you're going to be competitive in 2023. The Rams are going to bounce back.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the 49ers. Assuming what's going to happen. But one thing's for sure, they're going to compete on defense.
Oh, yeah.
It's just uncertain on what they're going to do with quarterback as far as with Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo. And Seattle, they're not going anywhere. I mean, if you look at what Seattle has done so far, I mean, Geno Smith is having a hell of a season. Matter of fact, I have them going to the Pro Bowl this year. They just need to work on defensively. But the Cardinals, they need a guy who can change the culture. And that's not Cliff Kingsbury. They need someone who's older, someone who's wiser, someone that Kyler can respect, someone that the team can respect. Because it's not just Kyler respecting Cliff. I'm starting to realize the players, the organization just don't respect Cliff. And Cliff, he's better suited off as a college coach. If in the NFL, I could see him at best as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and I think I'm cool with an offensive coordinator. It's just, but how do you tell somebody you're getting demoted? You can't. Can you?
But the problem is, didn't the Cardinals gave Cliff a contract extension?
Until 2027, my dude. Until 2027. That's the worst part of the situation that we're living around to 2020. And not just him, Steve Keim. And the biggest problem is that because we won 11 wins, a lot of Cardinal fans were like, well, we're progressing. We're getting better. And I knew this. I saw this coming a mile away. I had nothing personally against Cliff. I really don't. You might be the most nicest person in the world. But the problem is that the moment I saw that we lost to back-to-back quarterbacks in year 2, we couldn't get to the playoffs. The moment that we got 11 wins, but we got demolished in the wild card, I knew it right there. Cliff ain't the guy that's going to win a Super Bowl.
I got a question. Do you regret the Cardinals giving Kyler that contract extension?
I know it's hindsight, but right now, I would have said everybody have a prove-it year this year. My biggest worry right now, or I guess right now, obviously everybody's kind of stuck in contract. Now, honestly, nobody's eating it but Michael Bidwell, right? He's the one who made the decisions to do so. So he's really the only one eating it. It's just what we worry about is that obviously we have people stuck with us for quite some time. I would have loved everybody to have a prove-it year. I truly would have, especially how the season turned out the way that it did. If Kyler Murray did choose to sit, we had Colt McCoy, then we would kind of figure out what to do from there.
And to Colt's credit, he played as well as he could. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not going to blame the interception really on him. I mean, he got hit first before he threw the football. D-Hop, I'm kind of shocked with that fumble because he's known for having great hands. But the Patriots defense, and I just put a video out on my YouTube channel, Sports PSP. Go check it out.
Nice.
They just demolished the Cards offensive line. They just demolished them.
Oh yeah.
But for 2022, man, my only suggestion for Cards fans, just focus on the rest, just focus on the draft. But you're stuck with Cliff Kingsbury. You gave him the contract extension. I didn't think he was worthy of it even after those 3 years.
Nope. All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. Have a great rest of your day. Later. All right, we got 3 more people. John, Dakota, Jordan. Jordan P., you're going to take us home again. It happens all the time. All right. All right. We're going to try to make these calls shorter. I apologize. I was just having a very good conversation. All right, John, you're live. What's up, brother? How you feeling?
We have no future.
That's fair.
As long as Bidwell has the team, we have no future. I honestly don't even think Cliff is going to get fired. I think Vance may get fired, and he's going to take the sword if anyone gets fired.
Yeah.
But if Bidwell has the team, I wouldn't get seats. I wouldn't watch. Hype up your players whenever they make a good play, but it's over. I'm pissed.
No, I'm upset, man. I hear it in your voice for sure. What do you think? It's hard to ask this question, but like, what do you think happened this year? Like, if you just would give me your best guess, right? Just shoot some shit out.
Ineptitude on all scales.
Yeah.
Head to toe. I mean, I don't know if it's a lack of want, if it's just not caring. I genuinely don't understand what is going on. Because on paper, we have a great team.
Yeah. Very true.
I think as long as Bidwell has it, it's over.
Yeah. All right, man. Any other thoughts before I let you go, brother?
Nope, just a big fan and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man. Have a great rest of the day. Later. All right, let's get Dakota up in here. Dakota, you're live on the AC Sports Fan, and then Jordan P., you're taking us home. All right, Dakota, what's up, brother? How you feeling?
Good. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. I am totally sick and tired with Cardinals for 30 years. It's nothing to do with the Cardinals for this year. And my best bet for next year's season. Yeah. 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 To look for the past years ago that RG3, Andrew Luck, Kirk Roner, and Payne Manning, and there's a more of all the players, but before 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 our generation of past years, but like right now, but right now, right now, 30 years from now, not so much changes. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's kind of the same thing that we're
yeah.
seeing a lot, right? Is what you're saying. Kind of the same thing that we're seeing all the 30 years.
Yes, as I told you, second, yep, 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 yeah, yeah. I told you I'm sick and tired of Cardinals, like, something like a Steve Time of 2012 hit his season. Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. Very good of trades, drafts, free agents, around like all these years.
Yeah. I agree, brother. All right, Dakota.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go, man. Great call. Thank you so very much for coming on, man. Peace out,
Yeah.
dude. All right, let's go. I had a super chat come through here. Trevor Begay, thank you so very much. It's crazy to draft a QB if Kyler Murray is not ready to go next season. The Eagles did it. The Eagles did it. I don't know if the Cardinals have the cojones to do it, but I don't know. We'll see. Why am I even going to humor that right now? Let's get Jordan P. Take us home. What's up, brother? How you feeling?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, again.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was one of the roughest games I've seen. I know probably a lot of people can agree. Just the amount of injuries that we saw and the extent to what Kyler's injury we think it is. They already have said that it's looking like it's a really bad injury, so we can already kind of assume what it is. But we can hope for something else, but we can kind of assume what it is, and it's going to take it's going to take a decent amount of time for him to come back. They can come back. There's been players that come back in 9 months, 8 months, but you're never going to truly be 100% until a year plus. That's what a lot of players have said. It's that second year after the ACL, like is when you feel 100%. But in terms of this game, I just wanted to address certain things because it's just never ends. It's like Cardinals fans, they can't see past the hatred they have for like a certain person. Like Cliff Kingsbury, you don't like him, okay, that's fine, but you don't have to. Like we just watched that. I'm definitely gonna back him for this game. That game was on the players 1,000%. You seen the offensive line at the second half? They couldn't block anybody. Players were open down the field, but Colt McCoy couldn't do anything because nobody was blocking. Cody Ford was getting annihilated. Like these are the players Steve Keim gave us at the end of the day. Like Cliff Kingsbury can't go out on the field and block for the left guard. Like he can't do that, right? But somehow we're blaming Matt Prater missing a field goal, D Hop fumbling, Colt McCoy throwing an interception, Colt McCoy missing Trey McBride on a wide open fourth down pass, Hollywood Brown dropping a wide open fourth down pass, right? Explain to me how that's on Cliff Kingsbury. He's not there to teach players how to catch. They should have been learned that in Pee Wee football, right? But he's there as a play caller, as the head coach. Of course, he coaches the whole team, but he's there mainly as the offensive play caller to put players in positions to make plays. And they just couldn't do that. Simply, they couldn't catch an easy pass. D-Hop fumbling the ball. Then you got Colt McCoy throwing an interception. Wasn't necessarily his fault, but the players just weren't executing. So at the end of the day, saying that, oh my God, Cliff Kingsbury, this is all your fault. Like this was not on Cliff. You can blame other games on him, but this game is definitely not on him. And things I've seen people comparing, saying, let's look at the Niners. The Niners before this week started, the Niners and the Cardinals averaged 22 points a game. They average the same amount of points per game. What's the difference? One, we have the 32nd ranked defense right now, worse in the NFL. They have the number 1 defense. That's why they're winning, right? So you can't really say, well, look at the Niners. They're winning with this and this, and we're not winning because of Cliff Kingsbury when they average the same amount of points. It's the defense that's not doing its job, and over there, their defense is over competing. They're number 1 right now.
Right.
So if you're not given a competent defense and your whole offense is injured, look at our offense. It's like, do we have any starters outside of Hopkins, Connor, and Hollywood Brown? It doesn't look like it. So,
let me ask you a question real quick, because I know obviously the Prater situation. If that right, if Cliff, well, not just Cliff. I'm sorry. If the Cardinals organization didn't have faith in Prater, And I know this isn't on Cliff. This is on Keim for not doing that. Like, I feel like there's something bigger. Like, it's just something culturally wrong with, if Cliff doesn't trust his kicker, why don't we just get another kicker?
Yeah,
Blame
you know,
chip
and the
somebody
thing
else
with that
because
is that people, I've seen the whole thing about why did he call the 4th down pass? Why did he just kick it? Prater missed a 49-yarder and a 50-yarder back-to-back weeks. So something, and we've known he has had a hip issue for weeks. Like, that thing was weeks long, and they kept saying he's still injured, and we had to sign all these other kickers. So possibly it could be that his hip is still injured because he was missing field goals of 49 yards plus, and that was going to be around a 50-yard field goal. Right. So at the end of the day, like, if Cole McCoy could just hit a wide open wide receiver or Hollywood Brown could catch the ball, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But since the players didn't execute something so simple, now it's let's blame the play caller. Right. And, like you said, Keim is the one that brings these players in. And Cliff Kingsbury can't do anything. If he has one kicker and let's say the kicker's injured or the kicker's missing, like, what is he supposed to do? He can't go out there and kick. Right. So he has to do something in order to compensate for that.
That's the weird thing. Like, if you would think that, because I agree with you, and just for the people in the chat, Jordan P is not keep Cliff by all means. He just wants to make sure that everybody's fully aware that Steve Keim needs to go first. Is what he's trying to say.
I want to place blame appropriately. That's it. Like, why are you blaming Cliff for a guy dropping a ball, Hopkins fumbling, the offensive line getting destroyed? Like, you can't blame him for that. You can hate him all you want, but blame him for stuff that he should be blamed for. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. We did have the conversation that if Keim goes, usually Cliff goes, right?
Most likely Cliff is going to go because the new GM is going to want who he wants.
Yep.
And the whole culture thing here is people saying Cliff brought this losing culture. No, he didn't. Cliff didn't bring the losing culture. Steve Keim is the losing culture.
Yeah.
The Cardinals organization is the losing culture. We were losers way before Cliff.
No.
And Cliff has one losing season in 3 years. So to say he's this horrible head coach, he's this horrible, it's just not true, right? So
wait, what? All in 3 years.
Cliff has had one.
You would say the 8-8 is a winning record?
What was that?
You would say 8-8 is a winning record?
No, it's not a losing record. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm saying he's only had one losing record. So to say he's just the worst head coach out there, I've seen that so many times.
No.
It's just not true. But people are going to say blame him for the toxic culture. No. Blame Steve Keim, the guy who drafted an undersized quarterback and then said, let me neglect the offensive line because he can just run out the pocket every time he's getting pressured. Let's not care about blocking for him. And people are saying we have a great team. How do we have a great team? Our offensive line and defensive line are terrible. And that's where the football starts. I just want to say this before I go. Did you see Steve Wilkes after the game?
I did.
He said in the press conference, guys, what do we say the game starts and ends? Up front, the front seven. Why would he say stuff like that if it's not true? At the end of the day, the game starts in the trenches and ends in the trenches. If you can't block and your defensive line can't stop the run, can't shed blocks and get in the backfield, you're not going to win many games. And Steve Keim thought it was a genius idea to draft a 5'6" wide receiver, a backup third string tight end, bring another wide receiver and just say, screw the offensive line. We need linebackers. We need all this other stuff instead of blocking and defensive linemen to stop the run. So the team was badly built, and this is where we're at. So I mean, everybody's going to hope for Sean Payton, but
right. To me, looking at Cliff in the 4 years, I would say he had two losing seasons, right? Rebuilding in the first year.
Rebuilding in this year.
Right. 8-8. I don't think that's a winning record or a losing.
Not a winning or losing. It's just
it's mid, right? So 50% of your record being that you had a losing record. If we change that narrative and that thing that you just said, right? That of the 3 years he hasn't had if we change it to the 4 years, he's had half losing records and the other half, is that change your kind of mindset pertaining to, because although we were 8-8, I do agree. Now it's not all to blame for Cliff losing to back-to-back quarterbacks, right? And I like to bring this up all the time because, man, that hurt me. I was like, we had the playoffs, we got this, we had it, and then the Chicago Bears came up and took our spot, right? And that pissed me off so bad. Yes,
he definitely had a big part in that blame for sure.
Yeah. So there's that, right? And I think that's kind of what a lot of people are frustrated with. And I agree with what Richard's saying too. I think you have some very valid points of what you're saying. It starts with the trenches. But think about it. Right now, people want a person to blame. Who's the person to
I
blame?
get that, but let's blame
know what I mean?
accordingly. Let's not just blame one guy, well, Cliff Kingsbury, because we hate Cliff Kingsbury because the team lost badly in the wild card because we think everything's Cliff Kingsbury's fault. Like, if a player misses a block, doesn't catch the ball, throws a bad pass, that's not Cliff's fault, right? But somehow, for some reason, we're at the point where everything is Cliff's fault. And that's what we're gonna stick with. And if we get a new coach, everything's fixed.
Yeah.
No, we need a new GM.
Well, Keim's gone.
From there, things will get fixed.
Facts. Oh, I agree with that for sure. All right, brother. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, at this point, we're playing for draft picks. So, hopefully, the teams ahead of us can start losing because the performance we just put out there, those players, they don't even look like they know how to play football at this point. They were dropping passes. The offensive lineman didn't know what to do. Colt McCoy was getting rattled, of course. I mean, look at the offensive line in front of him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how many more games we can win. The draft position, hopefully we can get a game changer. And I don't know what's going to happen with Kyler. He's probably going to be out a couple of weeks and starting the season. But, we just got to look forward to the draft at this point.
That's the question. All right, brother. I appreciate you as always, man. Thanks a lot. Later, dude. Great call, man. I thank you, everybody, for coming through. Let me give a big shout out to Oil over here with the super chat. Most likely the last super chat of the night. He says, Grill Dingleberry has to go. Appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so very much. I see both sides of the coin, right? I mean, I know there's a lot of people that want to point blame, and it's easy, right? It's easy to point blame to Cliff because he's the guy. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's most fan bases do this, right? I'm not saying it's okay. Most fan bases do that. They want the coach gone because we think that it's going to happen. But truthfully, yes, Keim is going to be the one that needs to go first and foremost. And if your response is, well, Keim got DeAndre Hopkins, Mike, yeah, that was years ago. that was years ago. But I do think that the regime should get fired together. Facts. If Cliff goes, Keim better go too. I'm not going to accept Cliff just going alone. Keim needs to go too. He needs to go. He needs to go. So I do think that Cliff does have some faults, right? For sure. I don't know. It's so hard to unfold here, ladies and gentlemen. It truly is. All we know now is that we're a 4-9 team. That's it. We're a 4-9 team. I'm feeling a little better. I hope you guys out there in the chat feel a little bit better, right? Maybe a little USA, maybe a little bit of a therapy session, because truth be told here, ladies and gentlemen, this was a bad game. Injuries everywhere. People just seeming to beat themselves up all the time, right? Like, not literally beat themselves up, but I mean, like, we were beating ourselves out there. And that's one thing that I wanted to make sure that we don't do. Don't beat yourselves up. Don't beat yourselves, and we did it. There's no fix. We've been hearing the same things over and over and over again from Cliff. And if you really look at about who are we supposed to look to, right? Who are we supposed to look to? Cliff. We're supposed to look to Cliff to get these answers fixed, and we can't. So, yeah, I agree the players have some fault to it for sure. But, like, why is there no fear in these players to get this job done? Why is there no fear in these players to be like, okay, no accountability. I don't care. I'll keep giving you the false starts. Now, I don't think they're false starting them purposely. I don't think they're doing these things purposely. But if they're not getting these things grilled into their mind into the point of saying, I'm going to bench your ass, I'm going to bench you, then there's no accountability. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of kind of goes both ways, at least the way I see it. Last super chat, I'm assuming of the night. Trevor, I appreciate you, the super chat. Thank you so very much. He says this: we got good players. Sucks they might want out. Yeah, I agree. Dude, honestly, this offseason is going to be very interesting for the Cardinals. Let me tell you that right now. This offseason is probably going to be interesting for the Cardinals. Seth, what's up, Seth? Hey, Mike, I think if we keep Kyler Murray, I think Keim and Cliff Kingsbury need to go. That's why it's pretty... Yeah, I mean, I don't think Kyler's going anywhere. I mean, that's whether... However you want to slice it, I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm curious to figure out how this Cardinals organization is going to move forward. We have seen an organization draft a quarterback. Eagles. Do y'all remember the Eagles? Jalen Hurts over Carson Wentz when Carson Wentz was hurt. We've seen it. We've seen it. I'm not saying the Cardinals will do it, but it's not out of the ordinary, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to leave you with that. I want some changes. I think it's time. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody. I think we were at like 200 and something for a bit. If you guys haven't smacked the like button, please do that favor for me right now. Smack the like button. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so very much. Smack it up. Subscribe if this is your first time here and you don't know what's going on. This is the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. My name is Mike. I host this bad boy. Definitely go ahead and subscribe it up and join the family. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. It's been a tough day, but tomorrow we can at least wake up, right? Open our eyes, and hopefully we don't have to worry about this darn Cardinals. 4 more games, y'all. 4 more games. We're almost there. Appreciate everybody as usual. Thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cards.